1,000 U.S. Army Rangers currently stand in an open field facing off against 700,000 cavalry units. That's right, we're doing medieval versus modern yet again, and we're starting off with a cavalry charge. It's going to be epic. Let's get right on into this thing, baby. Of course, in World War I, cavalry was just decimated by modern units, and so they were sort of made obsolete. That's sort of the premise of this battle, is what weapons can be made obsolete by modern technology. U.S. soldiers are getting struck by some of these cavalrymen as they encircle them completely. These guys are on free move mode, and they're just bursting fire out as fast as they possibly can, but they're getting the squeeze put onto them and getting absolutely wrapped around. This is some brutality at the moment, and really, really rough for them. They do have 18,506 kills, which is quite a number, but they're slowly getting crushed by the cavalry, who have currently 350 kills and counting. It is going up as they make a weird, like, sperm style design out of the modern soldiers. Not only are they killing them, they're embarrassing them too. It's absolutely brutal. Of course, we're going to be doing more medieval battles after this one, so stay tuned for more. If you guys do enjoy this video, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe with notifications turned on, and comment down below if you'd like to see some more in the future. Either way, the last 300 or so modern soldiers here are holding on with a prayer. They have killed about 3,000 cavalry units, but it's not even close. They're not even close to being able to win this thing as the modern soldiers get crushed by the heavy weight of the horses here. I mean, they've still killed about 3 horses for every 1 modern soldier, but it's not nearly enough. They're getting extinguished. Why don't we go ahead and get into another battle here and revamp the modern army. What's up, gamers? I'm here to tell you about Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming is an amazing place where you can get some fire deals on all sorts of video games. Seriously, it's like 60 to 95% off, as you can see here. These are all of the Star Wars titles they have. They literally have every Star Wars title. You can also get XCOM here, Men of War Assault Squad 2. All of the games I play on the channel you can buy here for extremely cheap prices. If you use my affiliate link in the description, it helps me out a ton. So thank you guys for listening to this sponsorship, and thank you to Instant Gaming for continuing to sponsor the channel. Okay, now we have 13,000 modern soldiers defending a small little castle fort against the brand new Knights Templar units here, which look very dope, as well as heavy knights, archers. We've also got ourselves some footmen over this way, and then more cavalry over here. So let's go ahead and press start and see how this ends up going on the battlefield today. I'm curious to see how these modern soldiers do overall. If they lose this, we will of course give them some more elite modern weaponry, like maybe some heavy machine guns, as well as some tanks, because that's really fun to do. Either way, the cavalry are full charging and getting really, really in there, taking out a number of modern soldiers already, 60 of them dead, compared to 2,500 medieval units dead right now. Also on this side, we've got the Knights Templar pushing on forward. They're commingling with some cavalry right now and getting sort of down and dirty on the battlefield against some of these modern soldier outliers that are just sort of outside the fort right now. They don't have a ton of cover or anything like that, and so they're going to be on the struggle bus a little bit right here. And yeah, more are coming up this way too. Yeah, these guys are in a bit of rough shape right now. Meanwhile, the rest, I forgot to put them on hold move mode. They're on guard mode, so they're actually pushing the choke point, which is kind of interesting. I wonder if that's going to help them or hurt them long term during this battle. I'm not entirely sure, but they're getting really deep in there against some of these heavy knights right now, and they're just mowing them down. Yeah, absolutely. But the heavy knights might be getting a swing or two in there as well, which doesn't help the modern soldiers one bit. We do have this like cool little area over here where modern soldiers are able to just fire down into the footmen, into the heavy knights, all of them below. And we do see some archer fire coming in here. Now the thing is, modern soldiers do have the armor ability, so not every arrow will actually do damage. I don't know the exact number, but I think it's like 1 in every 5 or 6 or 1 in every 8, something like that. Arrows will actually do damage to the folks up top. So not the most effective weapon to have in this battle, but I mean, it does exist. Here's the cavalry doing their charge against the modern units, and the modern units are just gunning them down left and right. I think every kid, when they were younger, thought like, what would happen if I brought like a machine gun and a bunch of ammo and time traveled to the medieval ages? Would I just become a god, you know? And I think that's what's happening here, is these guys are just becoming gods. So why don't we time-lapse the cav charge into these modern soldiers that are currently outside of the fort here, and see. I think the modern soldiers will die here, but see how they do. 1,100 dead modern soldiers, 24,000 dead medieval soldiers currently. Okay, so the cavalry has broken a lot of these soldiers over here and pushed them back further. But these guys are still getting attacked by Templars, as well as these heavy knights over here. I'm guessing they're going to die pretty soon. The front entrance over here is holding up pretty nicely against these cavalry charges, which are not really unified super well. They're kind of sporadic. I think those things are kind of falling victim to the weird heavy unit glitch where they just stop, as you can see right here. So that's a bit of a problem for the medieval units for sure. But then over here, these are all lighter units, so they're able to just sort of go in. We've got a lot of archer fire coming through. Again, not totally sure how effective that is, but the heavy knights are getting some swings in here and continuing to kill some of these modern soldiers. And similar things are happening over here with these modern soldiers sort of on the back foot, having to deal with a lot of enemies coming at them here. So it is pretty tough right now. I think our next time lapse should be these guys here, because this is going to look pretty cool. Okay, these modern soldiers did get overrun. There's a couple in the corner here still alive, though. These horses are still on that sort of slow stream in, which is definitely not helping them out at all. And on the perimeter over here, it seems like this choke point is still very much so stable at the moment, but being worked on. So the medieval soldiers might be able to get through over here. I'm not entirely sure. It's definitely going to take some time, though. So yeah, at the moment we're at a weird spot with this, where modern soldiers are taking losses, but the medieval units are kind of doing it. It's rough. It's rough for both sides. So 133,000 dead medieval units, 6,204 dead modern units. So the modern units only have half their force left. The medieval units still have 500,000, which is kind of crazy. Why don't we do like an overhead of here so we can see all of the living modern soldiers at once and the invasion force taking them on. Alright guys, there's only 80 modern soldiers currently left. They did get 161,000 kills, which is pretty good, but this side broke and now this side is like about to break. So they're pretty much in major trouble. There's no chance they're getting out of this one, brother. These guys are coming in and they are taking some swangs at them, getting a couple kills here and there. 62 now. Modern soldiers left alive. It's a rip potato chip for these boys. R.I.P. to the fam, to the squad fam. Oh, sliced and diced. Hate to see it. They are not wearing armor that is meant to stop slashing swords. No, sir. Alright, so let's get one more in here, and let's make it a major battle, boys. Alright guys, we got 20,000 modern soldiers here. They have 10 of these SysW guns. They've got 10 M1 Abrams volleying. They've got 10 TOS-1s. And they've got 10 Apache helicopters. Yeah, they've got quite a bit going for them. First, we've got an M1 Abrams volley going out and striking against, oh my god, killing like 150 probably Templars. Oh, there's the SysWs spraying some Templars as well. There are about 1.3 million of these medieval soldiers attacking currently. And currently they're getting pretty rolled. There's some of those TOS-1s firing out, as well as some more SysW fire, which is a bit more spammy in like one little archy area. I'd say it's probably less effective than the TOS-1s, which are more widespread shots. I think they are worse. And I think those Apaches are firing too. Here comes the right flank cavalry charge, which is happening, and look at these guys skirting on in there really, really quickly, but getting gunned down by the modern soldiers that are chilling right here and firing out at them and preventing them from getting too close. But the cavalry is going to wrap all the way around the back, it looks like here, and potentially get a nice flank going against the modern army right here. Oh, I really just love modern soldiers versus medieval soldiers. It's a really, really fun topic in my opinion. These Abrams are also pretty close to a lot of these medieval soldiers, but they're able to keep them back for now. We'll see, honestly, if the medieval soldiers can reach the front. They still have 300,000 archers, but they're in the way back over here. And once they get close enough, they'll provide that cover fire. But for now, they're just really far back with a lot of footmen over there. There's also some medieval knights over this way coming in the left flank. That could be pretty helpful. And the Templars are the vanguard soldiers here. How much health does a Templar have? 500. They're a decent soldier then. They're actually a fairly decent unit, but they are just getting absolutely gunned down by these modern soldiers. Already 135,000 medieval units dead on the battlefield. Yikes! Look at these guys. Oh, there's flying horses over here. So the explosions are just popping horses into the air. My goodness! Oh my god, this cavalry charge is an absolute disaster. Oh my god. These guys getting torn asunder. Torn asunder. That's never a good thing, baby. Never a good thing. These SysWs still firing away too. Look at these zippities zapping out against the front lines. They're not enough to like win on their own, that's for sure, but as backup for modern infantry, these things are really, really good at just nailing large sections of the enemy force very, very quickly and very, very powerfully. I also think they're very good against individual, really strong units. So if like a Titan or a Thanos or a freaking Sauron was coming through here, these things would melt them because it's just a lot of concentrated fire on one area. And those TOS-1s are also thinning the lines in the way back here and causing disruption in the back. This is just a well-oiled military defensive machine, baby. Look at this. The cavalry flank is forcing these guys to turn into like a right angle, which is kind of funny. TOS is kind of focusing on that cavalry charge now over there. That's pretty interesting. But they're also getting a few shots out this way too, which is good. Already 240,000 dead medieval soldiers and 0 dead modern soldiers. I kind of thought the medieval soldiers would have made it by now to the front lines. I mean, they outnumber them a crazy amount, but no. These guys are still managing to hold out perfectly well, and I think it's just a combination of all this different types of fire coming into them that's helping the modern soldiers keep them at bay. But these guys will get completely encircled here, and we'll just have to see how this ends up going. Why don't we go ahead and time-lapse it from afar here and watch as these medieval troopers continue their onslaught. Alright guys, we're in the end game, and yes, we did witness the medieval soldiers make it to the modern soldiers. They've got about 1,800 kills, but it's a little too late because they've only got 330,000 soldiers left alive. It's probably not enough to do anything here. These puppies are having some threats from the enemy, getting really close. And then even these tanks are getting bloodied a little bit from the damage they're taking. But overall, I think the modern soldiers still definitely have this. I guess never say never, but probably never. Whew, this ended up getting a lot closer than I thought it would. 6,300 remaining modern soldiers, and only 2,500 remaining medieval soldiers right now. But once the archers kind of entered into the battlefield a bit more, they ended up actually getting quite a number of kills, which is pretty good. I was actually very surprised, and also the infantry managed to like hit the modern soldiers a bit better at the end there, almost depleting their forces. They've still got 6,000 left, obviously, which is a lot, but they started with 20,000, so they lost 14k to these medieval soldiers, which is crazy. Either way, guys, that is going to be about it for today's video. I really do hope you enjoyed. Please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe with notifications on, and comment down below. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.